Good morning everybody, welcome back to our 10-acre homestead here at Feather and Down. This morning is another action-packed morning while Luke is at work, of course. But before we get into this morning's plans, here is some footage from earlier on in the week that Adina has taken for you guys earlier this week.
Hey guys, welcome back to Feather and Down Homestead. Me, Matilda and Raven are doing hours of work throughout the week, as usual, making some money. Yeah, anyway, we gotta wood chip some more trees. Yesterday we did the plum trees and citrus that we planted the other day, and today we're just gonna finish the whole orchard, hopefully. Within an hour and 10 minutes because we did 50 yesterday. Let's go! As I was putting some wood chip around the trees, the tree that I was about to do had a bunch of mesh around it covered in grass. So I'm going to try cut it, and I noticed that we have another tree as well with the same thing, so I'm going to cut the mesh off. Not the trees. So I don't know if this is going to work, but the clippers are not under the tool bay, so normal scissors. We'll try this. So this is what I mean, this mesh here, and there's grass around it too, but that should hopefully be movable. Boom. Beautiful. That mesh took a while to take down, and now I'm going to do this tree. And they're doing an amazing job on that one. And now we've finished our 17 minutes of working. So that's 2 hours of work this week. And we've done like 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, guys, there's another tree right there. You missed one. Meh. It's hidden in the grass and
I see it.
Cutting grass. Do not want to touch it, Dad. You're gonna have to mow that first. Hey guys, this is Friday. Yeah, so it's been 2 days. Something. We didn't get to work yesterday because Matilda had a friend around, and I did not want to disturb Matilda. Matilda wants to work as well, so we're not leaving Matilda out. Anyway, so today we're going to grab some mesh from in there for our quail pen project. Yep, and we're hoping to work for 2 hours. So we're gonna grab all this mesh down here. Actually, Matilda, I want you to check if there's any flat mesh anywhere, okay?
What do you mean flat?
Like, you see how this stuff is folded?
We just need to fold shit.
See if you can see any flat stuff. Yep. And Jasper and Raven are going to do the best they can without gloves. So we have brought up 9, but we found these really long ones which we should have looked at first, because Dad wanted flat ones, not folded ones, and I told Matilda. And then after we brought out some folded ones and we're struggling on the other folded ones, she decided that she had found some long flat ones. Anyway, we're going to get into some wood chip and hopefully finish it today.
So we are done the wood chip and now we are going to weed.
Already weeding.
Yeah, Ray Ray's already weeding, and so with Matilda. I'm going to start weeding now.
So now that you're all caught up with this week's footage, we are going to be mucking out the back of our shed very short notice, of course. Well, we always leave things to last minute anyway, but short notice nonetheless. We have something cute and fluffy arriving later this morning. So let's get to work, Jasper. Good job. Yep, park it right there. Alright. So we'll get some of this heavier muck. Time to get some of the heavier muck out. And you guys can keep clearing the pathway too. Put the rubbish in that rubbish bag. Yeah, Jojo can help, or he can help me. So after hectically cleaning out the back of our shed this morning, we managed to clean it out just in time for little Maple to arrive. So yes, we've named her Maple, and she is probably just going to sleep off her travelling over the next couple of days and get lots of cuddles from me and all the other kids. Hey, sweetie. And then we'll introduce her to Bo, the little goat, tomorrow night, and they can snuggle up together because we have been waiting for the day Bo can be kicked out of the house. No, actually Adina's quite enjoyed his sleeps with Bo, but it will be nice for him to move out of the house. In the meantime, we're going to enjoy all the cuddles we can with Maple. Now, for those of you who haven't watched any of our previous videos, Maple is hopefully going to be our future house cow. But this is all dependent on whether we can figure out a way to manage the grass and the mud during winter months. So, starting off with a small calf seems like a good idea because it will give us time to observe how the paddocks will cope over time, and obviously the bigger she gets, the more demand there will be on the grass there. So we will see how it goes, and I've been told if Maple doesn't work out as a house cow, she will work out quite well as a freezer cow, but the intention is for her to be a house cow. Alright, so we've been inside for a break and we are now back outside to move all the hay that we got out of the shed this morning down to the compost pile. Some of the bags are paper bags, so if it rains the bag disintegrates, which is not ideal, but great for when you want in the compost. So kids, the ones in plastic bags you got to tip out, the ones in paper bags you can leave in. Okay, Dina, some of the heavier ones you might want to use the wheelbarrow for. And while they are busy doing that, I am going to do some more work on the quail bin. Evelyn, what you got? You found a silky egg.
Silky.
Thank you. We'll put it with our other eggs if we go in the incubator. Over here, look, in here. Put it in here with Mummy's duck eggs. Gently. Good girl, that was very gentle. Well done. You reckon you can drag one of those to the aviary? Yeah, I reckon. Are you going to try too, Evelyn? Yeah, okay. Yeah, just drag it to the quail pen. Good job. You're almost there. You've done so well. You can leave it right there, dude. Thank you so much for your help. Now you want to have a look for the duck eggs, don't you? Right, so first I'll just untie this.
Oh, that one.
That's why you couldn't unlock it. Now you got to push it.
Yep.
Careful, yep.
What? Get the dart out.
Yeah. Hang on, wait for me. I'm a lot slower than you are. Ooh, yes! Bit of motivation is all it needed. So I busted the plug on the bathtub yesterday, so that's waiting to be replaced. They do have drinking water, they just don't have swimming water at the moment. Now me and Theo discovered a broody duck in here yesterday and found out where she had been laying. One nest we found 26 eggs, and one nest we found 38 eggs. So Theo's going to check whether anyone else has been laying in there. Find any eggs? Oh, two. Oh, he's found eggs, all right.
But we're sitting here every day.
Every day we'll check in there now. Show the camera what you found. Two nice clean eggs. Shall we check our other spots?
Yeah.
Because remember you found another laying spot yesterday. Was there any in there, Theo?
The baby's gone home.
Okay, bit of the normal zoo stuff going on. I have no idea who is where or what is what, but we seem to make it work at the end of the day. Right, Theo, can you put those eggs with the other eggs in the shed? Can you show Theo where to put those eggs in the shed for now?
No, I will.
Yeah, but she knows where to put them. Right, finally we can get some work started. It takes me forever to actually get anything done because somebody's always wanting something, but that is okay with me.
Hey guys, I'm back from a week of work. I'm over here on this Saturday afternoon and I'm back into our aviary pen. I see Debs has done quite a bit getting this little retaining wall that I built. I actually done a little bit earlier in the week and I didn't video it, unfortunately, but we've got one mesh up and we've got most of the retaining wall up. I really need to get the retaining wall up because I've got some topsoil on the back of my ute that I've got to get off before Monday. So I've got to do all of the bottom and then I've got to put mesh on this floor in here, just the same mesh, the aviary mesh that we've got our own stuff from our big aviary that used to be the greenhouse, used to be an aviary. So we've got all of our old material from there. So just going to put that all on the floor and then we're going to get the dirt, put it on here, and that's probably going to be enough for today because it's already quite late in the afternoon. And if anything, I'll get up like another round of mesh. I think I'm only going to go one more high anyway, but yeah, there's a lot to do and a lot to talk about, but I'm just going to get this done. So this is what I'm doing here on the floor. I'm just laying the mesh. They're like offcuts of what I've done for the walls, and just laying them on the floor, and then I'm just going to put dirt on it to push it down. Hopefully rats and mice won't come underneath that way. Well, at least it's some sort of barrier for them to not come through. But I've got my first wheelbarrow load from up at my truck. I haven't quite done enough mesh to get them all. I've got to get more mesh from down there, but maybe one wheelbarrow at a time, one mesh at a time. Might be able to have a happy marriage like that. We'll see. So this is pretty much what half a cube of topsoil got me. I want to go at least up to that second rung, and then the rest is going to be wood chip. But I've still got to put mesh all along here, which I might do next week or something. The goal was just to unload my truck, because tomorrow we are going to Auckland for Theo's birthday. We're actually going to like Butterfly Creek because he loves all the dinosaurs, so taking him there. And we were supposed to do it last weekend, but all the drama with Evelyn, we couldn't really do that. But yeah, I reckon it's going to take probably another 3 loads of dirt. I might have to fill it up during the week, my truck, get the kids to unload it. But yeah, the plan is with the roof is we're going to put one more of these mesh high, like down there. I think they're about 6 meters long, but like 1.2 high. So we're going to put one up here, going right around, except for the entrance at the door. And then I'll be chopping all of those posts up there level with the mesh. And then we'll be sorting out a roof. It's going to be like a hexagonal kind of peaked roof. And I'm not sure if we're going to like plywood it and make it like, I was thinking like a thatched roof, even a synthetic thatched top, but we're still going to put the mesh up top too, so we don't get stoats and ferrets and all that kind of thing coming and eat the quail. But anyway, that's probably all we're going to get time for this weekend, so the video is going to end there, and I'll have to catch you guys next week. So until then, subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll catch you guys later. Look out.